Yo, what is going on YouTube? We are super excited to be back with another week of the Quigley podcast. And this time around, me and Banksy go over everything HCS Worlds. And when I say everything, I mean everything. From the drama that happened before the event even started, all the way to the announcement that happened on Friday, of course, the announcement that happened on Saturday too, our thoughts about both, and the tournament bracket and what we thought of all the matchups and things that were going on. Once again, I got to give a shout out first and foremost, before we even get into it, to Last Shot and the entirety of Shopify Rebellion for their incredible performance at HCS Worlds. And just to let you guys know that as Halo is starting to kind of slow down a little bit and we don't really know what the future is looking like, just know that we will continue to be making content. We will be continuing this podcast for as long as we can possible. And we'll be making sure that we're still stuck and intertwined with this community that we've created. And we just hope that you guys stick along with us throughout the ride. So without further ado, here's the episode.
Quigley is part of the SuperPods network. You can find SuperPods on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Patreon, and Twitter at _SuperPods. You can also join our Discord at discord.gg/SuperPods. Thank you for your continued support, and happy listening.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? We are back with another week of the Quigley podcast. This week, I'm once again. Wait a minute. I cannot open this week's episode the same way that I usually do. Now, I am once again joined by Banksy, but before we get into this episode, before I throw it over to him to get into what we're going to talk about, I have to give a huge shout out. I know we're going to talk about it later. A huge shout out to our boy Last Shot for winning a world championship. Okay, now Banksy can take it away with what's coming in this episode.
I was distraught for a second. I was like, what did I miss? I thought I didn't have it on par, but yeah, shout out the Last Shot. We will dive into it. I mean, what a weekend. Watch party all weekend. We officially got our affiliate status on Twitch. That was huge. But yeah, we're gonna talk about Halo Worlds matches that were going on, what we got to see. Some drama that happened apparently day one. We'll talk about that, just or at least what's spreading around, because how could you not talk about it? And then we'll kind of just talk about what's to come from us with these Halo announcements and our next year with the podcast. But you want to start with the matches or the drama?
Well, let's start with the drama because it happened before the matches. Let's
Okay,
stay, you know,
in order.
canonically in order here. Yeah.
The drama, which was okay, again, of course, it revolves around APG. APG was on Scump's watch party this past weekend and announces on day one that a certain someone, Gunplexion, rolls up day one to, or no, sorry, not even day one, rolls up to media day. So not even day one, rolls up to media day to try to talk to somebody about, I guess, I don't know, to allow him to play. Who knows? Like what was really going through his head. And they found out, they escorted him out, and his picture was handed to everybody in security and said, do not let him in. He is not allowed here. I'm gonna say poor job on security.
I'm gonna say W complexion.
Gunplexion shouldn't have. I mean, he made it in. I'll say that.
But Bro, it was like the Mission Impossible jumping through the wires and like going through, jumping over lasers and like.
But it's like, what's your plan? You know what I mean? You're banned. You say nothing online. I don't know if he tried to
Yeah,
appeal his ban in any way.
I, he, I honestly have not sympathy because like
Hmm.
you screwed up. Like that's on you. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that anything should be done in a different way. Like you screwed up and made the decision that you did to swing on whatever his name is, and you got banned. But at the same time, I do have to say, like, he could have just like disappeared off the face of the earth and not done anything. Like at least he tried to show up and see if he could make things. I don't know if he actually tried to make things right. I don't know the full story, but at least he tried to show up to try to be there and play again so he could be on the team to try to give them their best chance. Now I don't know if that's really what was going through his mind at the time, but in my eyes, like at least he tried. But
Right.
at the same time, bro just bought a plane ticket from like New York all the way to Seattle. That's across the entire country just to get told, nah, dog, you're out. Imagine like you're just this just sounds so. Imagine you're just like at the venue. You're like, all right, the event's over. Like I'm gonna go to the bar, and you walk down the street, you and your boys. You get into the bar, and there's Gunplexion sitting there just down, and it's just I don't know that just
I
I
mean,
keep doing hand motions like I think everybody there's audio listeners too. I was doing hand motions like he's down in drinks, but you get
hey,
the gist. I just feel like that's got to be rough.
I think it's crazy that I mean, you have to have you have to have a contact with HCS at this point because you're banned, right? So,
Yeah.
like, if you want to appeal your ban or something, you have to have somebody you can reach out to and be like, "Hey, can this be reviewed?"
Yeah, you would think so. Or I mean, but even not from being banned, like you have to have a contact in general because you've sat here and competed all this time. Like you there's no way that you haven't networked with somebody to have some sort of connection where you
Right,
can be like, "Yo, like I made a mistake, my bad, like got heated in the moment. Like can we figure something out here?" I mean,
right,
not to say that they would have said yes, but
right. Because it was, it's one of those things. I mean, apparently he did physically touch him, but
whoa.
I'm not gonna say it was a hit, bro. Man was tapped.
What?
So,
I think it was it was a swing though. You can
I
see his
mean, yeah,
shadow in the
yeah.
video, like he swings. Just before Fisher Maskey, our savior, walks in and separates the fight.
But it's literally one of those things where you know what's going through his head. Does he actually think this is going to work? Does it necessarily make things worse for him? Does it make things worse for his team? Like it's media day, they have to go and take all the same photos that all the pro players take. They have to be with all the pro players in this area, and Gunplexion's trying to walk up, and it's like, are you making it any better? No, you're
Yeah.
not. I think you're making it worse. Like, yes, it's a bad situation, but you have to kind of lay and your team's got to hate you for a while, but or
Yeah.
forever, it's just I don't know. I just don't know what's going through your head to be like you're banned for a physical altercation and then you're like I'm not going to talk to anybody, but you're like I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up and beg essentially is what I think was going through his head. It's just insane to me. Just mind-boggling to me to I guess he didn't need the travel coverage
Yeah, I
this
don't
time.
know. It's just a bad situation all around. Like I mean, even outside of that, seeing the tweet from Yuzi and Zuzi like just talking about like how they just felt heartbroken. And then I mean, well, and they both placed top 8 in the free for all, so that's not bad. They got a little
Yeah.
bit of cash from the tournament, but I mean, it's just I don't know. It's just it just it sucks all the way around to like
Yeah.
have that happen, and it's not even in your control. You know what I mean? Like as a player, you don't even have. I guess that's a wake up call to every player in the league right now who has a coach that is below Onyx, fire your coach and get an Onyx player as your coach. I don't care if they're bad at coaching. Get them just in case.
Sa-
Have them on the payroll. Just be ready.
Safety first in
Yeah,
case this happens.
have a backup plan.
But yeah, that it's just a wild situation to even be in or put players in. But I think the rest of the team was very composed. Did you see? This is the last thing we'll say about it. Did you see the tweet of a CDL like Twitter, not like a professional one, but like a info one that was trying to be like breaking point? Tweeted,
Oh, like CDL leaks or one of those.
yeah, like one of the
One of
yeah.
those like side. Yeah.
So
What
they
did they say?
tweeted the stat line from Legion Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
They tweeted the stat line, and they were like, "Wow, Halo!" Like trying to take a shot at Halo, and it was Jagged
Oh,
Cloud's stat line, and they tweeted it, and they were like, "Wow, this is the performance you have at Worlds," or so. I can't even remember the exact tweet. I imagine somebody can find either listening or watching, but they tweeted it, and everybody was like, "Dude, are you serious? It's their coach. Like, learn about the esport before you try to dog on it."
oh, like they were trying to be like, this is the world championship, and this is all you guys are putting on, like that type of
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
and everybody was like, "Bro, it's their
Shut
coach. Calm
No, no, no,
down."
no.
Yeah,
Let's keep it 100% here. And I'm not even trying to take a shot at COD esports, but like let's be honest. There's a reason why every year in Call of Duty esports there's a top 4 and you never see any team outside of that top 4 actually do anything significant. Because the COD scene is so garbage right now that half the teams have to keep making roster swaps mid-season to even compete with the top 4 in quotation marks, right? Like
yeah,
you can't see half the teams don't even make it. Like that's the dumbest thing on the face of the earth. If you're talking about anything, COD champs, 4 teams don't even make it. Like what? Like
yep,
nah. Like let's move on from that one.
yeah.
That's so faded.
It was such a faded tweet, and everybody was gooning on this guy. They're like, "Dude, it's a coach."
Goonin.
Yeah,
Whoa. I don't think that means what you think it does, bro. I think you need
no,
to get with the times. That does
no,
not
no,
mean what you think you just said.
nobody was yelling at us.
They were gooning.
We're gooning. That's the still right there. Um. Anywho, we'll move on to our matchups.
The name of this episode. They were doing what to that guy?
um, but moving on to our matchups for Worlds, I think everybody who made it in was kind of expected. Okay, your bottom 4 made sense. That got
Yep.
knocked out. You got Legion, you got Majin, you have SWAT, Latham, and what was the other one?
Unreal Nightmare.
Yeah.
Unreal
No,
Nightmare
no, 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 no,
didn't
no,
do as
no.
bad as the others though.
Unreal Nightmare made it into bracket.
Oh, I thought you were just asking in general, like
No,
teams that
in pool play. 4 teams didn't make it out of pools.
Legion, Majin.
SWAT, Latham, Latham.
Is there another one?
Yeah, it's Omit. Oh, rough.
Well, yeah. Okay, I was trying to think of a team that came out of like open bracket or something. Yeah.
Omit. That
Yeesh.
is just that's depressing. Actually, that whole team right there has to feel bad. Huss, Lethal, Septify, and Spartan has to
Whoa,
feel
don't
bad.
whoa. We still got to play Fisher this season. Don't be saying nothing just yet. Like,
I'm sorry, not sorry, but that's rough. I'm like looking at it now.
yeah.
But they don't make it out of pools. They go 0 and 3 in their pools. Kind of makes sense. Well, actually, no, the omit one kind of throws me. I expected top 12, but
Did you?
I mean, think about it. You have a Kave, Mind Freak, and Unreal Nightmare beat out
Yeah.
omit. You know what I mean? Not to like clown on those teams, but it's like those teams are the ones where omit's supposed to beat them. No one else, and they didn't beat them. So bad showing out of them. Kind of sad because omit's a pretty big org when it comes to AM players. So not able to perform there. But then let's go into actually our top 12. I listed 3 of them in the top 12. Listeners, if you didn't see it, I'm gonna list the other one. FaZe Clan.
Yeah.
FaZe Clan gets double first rounded. For one, they lose to Cloud9 in their pools. That was wild. So Cloud9's 3-0 in the pools. They lose to Cloud9. They come into bracket play. They have to play Shopify first. A great showing, mind you, by FaZe. It was 3-2. So it wasn't a bad showing out of FaZe. Like, it was very good showing. But they lose to Shopify, which is expected, and then they go into the losers bracket and they play, is it TSM? Am I right there? Yeah.
Yep. It sure was.
They play TSM and they lose to TSM, which was shocking. Like, TSM is probably one of those teams where it's like, you don't want to play FaZe go in your first round losers, but
yeah,
I mean, they lost. They got double first rounded in Worlds brackets. Top 12. FaZe was top 4 all season. FaZe has been top 4 since HCS started, and they bubbled out at the very end in top 12. I mean,
yeah, it was disappointing.
I mean, that roster, Lucid, Penguin, Snakebite, Trippy, none of them have been less than top 4 since Halo Infinite started. 3 of them are world champs.
Penguin hasn't missed a champs or a grand finals at all, right? Well, wasn't that the statistic we saw?
Since he started, correct. He has never missed a grand finals, and he officially missed the last one.
That's
So, I mean, FaZe, very sad showing. I don't know what happened. I don't know what was going on. They did amazing at Charlotte. They were in our top 4. I mean, we all had them in our top 4 in different spots, but me and you had them at 3rd. Or no, you had FaZe at 2nd, right?
Yeah. I had
them at 3rd.
I was very off.
Yeah. I had him at 3rd, and then Super had him at 2nd. But it was just a sad showing. I mean, I don't know how else you can like, how did you feel when you saw FaZe Clan double first rounded day 1?
Honestly, when they started playing TSM, I was like, okay, well, I mean, this is just going to be maybe a 3-1, but I was expecting a 3-0 slam. And then, did that go game 5 or was it a 3-1 for TSM?
I think it was a 3-1, honestly.
Either way, like, it's a series where, like, all year, if you told me that FaZe was playing TSM, I'm like, okay, well, I mean, FaZe wins that map or wins that series, but TSM just looked different, I guess. Like, they just decided to show up, and FaZe did not decide to show up when it came down to it. It was kind of disappointing. Like, I don't know, because, like, I feel like FaZe for me has been like that 3rd team like all year, where like
right.
they could beat Optic here and there. They couldn't really get over Shopify, and so they were that kind of like, they weren't really better than Optic in my eyes throughout the year, but they were able to compete with Optic, and it just, I don't know, this event, it just did not look like the same team.
No, it really didn't, and it was a 3-1. FaZe was 2nd seed going into this event. TSM was 6th seed.
Eesh.
They 3-2 Shopify. Or, I mean, Shopify 3-2's them, and then TSM 3-1's them. Same
That is
day.
not a good look.
So, I mean, it's one of those things. It's like, where could this bracket have gone? But they're actually just like, I'm mind blown looking at this bracket. Anyways, a lot of 3-1s out of everybody. Let's talk about Space Station.
Okay.
Space Station's in our next list, past top 12 though. And they didn't perform either at all. I mean, not that we really, like I said, we didn't have them in our top 4.
Yeah, I was about to say, I didn't really.
But
I had them maybe top 6.
But They're a top 8 finish with TSM. TSM moves on. They lose to Envy 3-1, which was expected. But Space Station gets knocked down, which is like, I mean, you're facing Optic, okay? Round 1.
Yeah.
They get
Yeah.
They get 3-0'd by Optic. Looking at it. So it's like, okay. Expected though. Like I think everybody expected a 3-0 Optic versus Space Station. They get dropped down and they play Mind Freak. And it's a 3-1 Mind Freak. A little sad for Mind Freak. But 3-1 for
I think that
Mind
was
Freak.
expected.
Yeah. But then it's like, okay, so they move forward. They're better than FaZe officially. Okay? No offense to FaZe. Space Station placed higher. And then but then they lose 3-0. So TSM's out, Space Station's out, and they lose 3-0. If anybody didn't watch it, they lost to our 4th place team, Luminot,
Mm-hmm.
who Super did not have in his top 4.
That is true. He did not. He had Envy over them. So I mean, we all missed one. We all missed one. You know.
It's all about the order, though.
Well.
I was the most accurate on the team.
Okay, that is fair. That is fair.
I will take.
I'll give you that.
I'll take that title.
Of course you will.
But I mean, looking at those top teams, what does that mean? We know FaZe is a partner team. We know Shopify, and we know Space Station. They are still a partner team with HCS, correct?
Yes.
So are these teams staying? Are we still playing? We know Shopify is. If anybody listening, Shopify's already announced it. Is FaZe gonna stay? Is Space Station gonna stay? Or are they just supporting the league?
No, it won't be the same team. I think they'll still play. They're not gonna. It will not be the same.
You think it's gonna be a different team?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, you're like, after that showing, it better be.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, it's just like you almost have to think, and not to say that these guys can't bounce back. Like they're professionals for a reason, but you almost have to think that after being what I would say all season was like your 3rd and 4th place, like sure SSG had some rough, majors, but like overall, like I think most people can agree, with the exception of maybe Envy kind of popping up or, whoever like making a little change here or there, like most of the time we saw it SR or Optic in that 1st, 2nd spot.
Right.
And then we were seeing, pretty consistently FaZe and SSG 3rd and 4th, right? Like, whether they were flip-flopped back and forth, whatever. And I just feel like after having like a season where you feel like you're right there on the cusp,
all right,
and then you make it to the biggest event of the year, the one that's going to close out HCS, and you get top 6 and top 8, it's Oh, wait, no. Wait, was FaZe top 8?
No, FaZe top 12. Top 8, top 12.
12. Top 8, top 12, my bad. Yeah, top 8, top 12, even worse than what I just said. It's almost got to be like a checkout, you know what I mean? Just a little bit. Like maybe we aren't the God Squad that we thought we were at the beginning of the year. And not to say that they're not good players, maybe they just weren't meshing. I think it kind of goes back, if anybody watched our watch party. I know we had some of the boys from College Halo hopping in here and there every time they got a chance. After FaZe lost, I literally said just imagine if the big, I guess as we could say, the big breakup of this year when FaZe and SSG both
Right.
traded one player. Like, imagine if that never happens. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I genuinely think if they could have figured something out, both of those teams would have been like 3rd, 4th. You know what I mean? Or at least like top 6.
Right. I think FaZe might have honestly done better.
Yeah.
Whatever ego trip they went on, you got 2nd place and broke up. Like, it wasn't like that was a FaZe roster that upset Shopify with no competition. And whatever ego trip happened, I don't even know. Like, you got 2nd place and broke up. And we've talked about it on a previous podcast, like that breakup and that whole scenario. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, you beat Shopify for one. The only major to upset Shopify, mind you, if you look at the standings, Shopify's 2nd, and then they're 4th, and then they're first. right?
Yeah.
I just think of that phase roster, whatever ego trip they went on, just stuck it out. I still think with how Shopify changed and performed, it would Shopify would still be up on first, but we'd have more competition, and we didn't. Like we lost the competition. We talk more about the bracket. Shopify 3-0 is complexity. Sorry, they 3-2 phase. The only thing that actually put a dent in them. They 3-0 complexity. They 3-0 optic and drop optic to losers. And then in grand finals, we don't even get a reset. It is a 4-1 Shopify win over optic.
Yeah.
I was so hoping for a reset, and I
I know
couldn't.
you were.
Dude,
I know you were.
bro, our day ended at 7.
Uh,
Our
that is
day,
true.
our day was done at 7 with how fast Shopify. I mean, Optic 4-0's Envy in losers finals. So, like Envy
Fly in my
4-1's.
room.
Oh man, take it out, kill it.
All right, sorry, continue.
Envy 4-1's Luminon puts Luminon in 4th place, which is huge for Luminon. Luminon walks out with 70 grand as a team that no one expected to be here. So highest European placement ever in Halo history. Optic 4-0's Envy, which is huge for Envy. Envy's 3rd place, walk out with 110 grand. So huge for Envy. Huge shout out to Hastro. I know he's excited about that, and with the Valorant thing for Envy. So Envy was doing huge things this weekend. And I'm sure no one expected Envy in the top 4. But then Optic versus Shopify, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
Talk about it. Go into it. You got the flag. Is the flag still on the wall? I can't see your camera right now. Is the flag still on the wall behind you?
the flag is still on the wall. I haven't burned it yet.
We'll have that live on the prediction show.
Yeah, we will. It's gonna be live. Me tearing it down during our introduction. I swear. Talk about an upset. Like I'm just looking at it, and I mean the 3-1, the first 3-1 were close matches. Optic could have come out on top in winners finals. Like very close matches. It was Saturday, and then you go into Sunday, and you're thinking, okay, we got 3 matches here to play. Let's see what Let's see what happened. Optic comes into it. 4-0's Envy, and you're like, okay, like Envy was doing very well, and Optic 4-0's them, and you're thinking, all right, what do we got to do to make some changes? Or wait, no, winners finals is on Sunday. This picture's wrong.
Yeah.
This picture's wrong. I don't think it was 3-1. I think it was 4-2. All Sunday matches were best of 7.
Wait, what does it say it was?
It says it was 3-1, but all Sunday matches are best of 7s.
Oh, okay.
I think it was 4-2.
Yeah, I feel like you're right. Well, I mean, I know you're right because it was best of 7s, but I do think you're right. I think they did get 2 maps.
Yeah, because it was a closer series, and it was like, okay, Optic could bounce back. I don't think it was 3-1. I think this graphic's wrong. Go Halo. Yeah. Still can't get their graphics right. Crazy.
No.
But then we go into the losers, and it's like, okay, Optic 4-0's Envy, and you're like, that's hot, cool. Envy was slamming and throughout the bracket. They 3-1, multiple 3-1s. They get 3-1 by complexity, but again, it's like Cloud9 was competing against Optic, and Envy slammed Cloud9. They 4-1 Luminon, but then they get 4-0. So you're thinking Optic's hot. I've never been lied to so hard in my life. We go into map 1.
Yeah.
Map 1 was close. It was the strongholds. It was like 200, 250, something like that. Or no, was it the really close one? Like 240 to 250, something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, because I was like, oh my gosh, that's series of the year, like or map of the year, like oh my gosh.
And Shopify comes out on top. Then you go into the first Slayer. Optic wins the Slayer. They win it like 50-44. I mean, not nothing crazy, but like Optic wins the Slayer. Then you're like, okay, we're 1-1. We're giving some pushback. They almost won map 1. I don't know what happened the next 3 maps. Like
Slammage happened. Slammage.
absolute slammage. Like one of those things where you have a world champ roster, and I couldn't tell you what was going wrong. Bound, if he performed, somebody else wasn't. If somebody else,
Yeah, that
like,
is very true.
like I didn't understand it. I didn't know what was going on necessarily to be able to tell. I kind of questioned it. I felt like Optic was allowing their team just to be alone and take the chows instead of chowing together, which is what Shopify was doing different. I even said it like mid broadcast. I was like, Shopify is going in and then backing up, right? Like backup automatically coming in after the initial fight started. Even if they lost the fight, there was always somebody there to clean it up. So that way there was always even playing field. There wasn't a lot of, being on the back foot until like Shopify started like super slamming, and then Optics going 4 down. They're not waiting. Whatever it may be. Optic was not on the same page. I don't care what the internet says. That's to the fact that Legend is trying to play COD, the fact that there's conversations of Bound and Renegade playing COD, the fact that there's a retirement video basically for Formal. Optic obviously is doing it wrong. Okay? Like, as an org, I find it idiotic, everything that's happening. Like, plain and simple. To allow that to, you got first place at the 2 events. You guys were essentially not unstoppable, but you were competing.
They definitely looked like it to start.
Right. Like at the start, you were playing the game. And then as soon as Black Ops 7 gets announced, as soon as Major 3 is getting ready to start, and HCS, for some godly reasons, announces that they're not having it anymore to the public, and you have 3 out of 4 Optic of the roster going, we're free agents.
Yeah, I just to touch on this, and I don't want to say it from the perspective of trying to throw anything on Hex. If you're not aware, as a viewer here, Hector Rodriguez is the owner of Optic. I don't want to necessarily throw it on him because I am not a org owner by any means. I am not in the position that he is in, so I cannot sit here and say, "Oh, he should have done this," because like I don't know what goes into the the day of Hex and what he has to do to keep this org going, and what's going on with these teams, right? But in my mind, if we're just looking at a player, right? Because I don't want to say like, because of course I can sit here and go, if I'm Hex, I'm telling them they better lock in or they're getting their pay cut. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, whatever, bro. Like, I see that all the time on Twitter, But like, as a player, I am on a team. I am being paid to be on this team. I am representing an organization playing a game. Next year is not guaranteed, right?
Correct.
There might be rumors. There might be things going on. Next year is never a guarantee. So I am putting every last ounce of effort I have into what is happening right now. And it's like, it really felt like how you're saying when Major 3 started, it really felt like you could start to see the cracks kind of show up where like all of a sudden these rumors and these ideas of like the league not being here and these ideas of Formal maybe retiring and these ideas of, like I said, the rumors of all these players going to different teams for CDL. And it almost felt like you could literally see it in their gameplay that they weren't even a team anymore. They were just 4 guys loading into a map.
Yep. 100%. I mean, and that's exactly how it felt. I mean, like I said, day 1 of Worlds, I found Formal in a ranked lobby. I lost. Give him that.
Name of the podcast or name of the episode: 4 guys in a ranked lobby.
But it Optics started to feel like people loading up just to collect a paycheck.
Yeah.
Like, to have such a dominant team, and I'm not going to throw it on Hex at all, but like, I feel like maybe conversations were had and it was like, okay, this is the end for Halo. right, for them.
Yeah.
And to where I could see that Hex necessarily didn't have the public passion for it. Because usually he's like, get out there. Like, you're here to win. He's not. I feel like
Yeah. You're here to make content or win. That's literally his thing. Like,
yeah. And
if you're not winning, you're making content.
and then you don't get that out of the Halo team, sadly. And Formal said he didn't want any more second places, and he ended his season, probably ended his career at second
Place.
places. So, and I don't want to put that on Hex, but I just feel like maybe there were conversations had and things were being said in the back where Hex's passion of like, get out there and win, you guys are the team, like his drive to make sure this team was doing what it needed to do wasn't there because he knew it was pointless. Um, signing
Well,
signing Legend at this point, it was probably one of their downfalls. Just with how he is, because probably would have ended up the same way. Halo's announced, and then Legend's like, free agent, please. Put me on a COD team, please. Like,
yeah.
bro, your COD team is about to get dunked on. Like, Super got a shot in the eye. Saying it loud.
All right.
But it's one of those things where you're right. Like, what is an organization to do? Kind of deal, right? Because you have a team who all said 3 out of 4 literally said free agent. That looks horrible.
Yeah.
Like,
And
looks bad.
It looks, and I also don't want to throw it all on one player either, but it looks really bad when right before Worlds starts, you have a player come out with a video where he's basically saying like, yeah, this is probably it for me. You know what I mean? And you know, I like I said, I don't want to throw it on one player. Like, I'm not trying to say that this whole loss was on Formal. What I'm trying to say is more to the fact that I feel like with that statement of like, this is probably it for me, it kind of just showed that final crack that was still kind of being held together. That is like, okay, yeah, now we're not a team. You know what I mean? Like, we're going into Worlds as three future COD players and a retired guy. You know what I mean? We're no longer 4 Halo players going into a map. We're 3
Right.
COD players and a retired guy. And
right.
and I don't know. I guess for me, like that would almost feel like more separation on the map, just because I don't know. Like for me, and still, like I keep saying I'm not going to put it on Formal, and it feels like I'm putting it on Formal. But like when Scump retired, he made it aware to all of his teammates well before, and they had time to transition with a new player before they just were thrown into a major tournament. You know,
Right.
like Scump didn't go right before Worlds or even right before a major and come out with his video about retiring, and then after, you know, and I don't know when Formal let anybody know or if he's told anybody anything, because we don't really know what he's gonna do. We don't have a definite.
Right.
Um, but it just it kind of felt like I said, like they that was like the last crack in the mold. The seal had been broken, and now all of a sudden they're separated even more than I think what we were seeing in the third and fourth major.
Right. Which is like really depressing. And you see the opposite in Shopify. I mean, the glue, the love just spread around from winning. I mean, they literally said, was it Frosty? Frosty's quote is, "You're gonna see more of this guy or kid," pointed at last shot. The fact that the org is, you know, announced that they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, and I don't think that team's going anywhere either. Like the org is still going to be here, but I think that you
Like,
know,
that
4-man squad is going to be the same.
it's one of those things where this could be a dynasty in Halo, essentially. We get the net.
If we get it long enough, yeah.
Well, yeah, if they're sticking through this year, they've already been told when HCS is coming back.
And speaking of it being here long enough, Wait, actually, before we try to transition out of this, I do just want to say I know I opened with it, but like huge congratulations to Shopify. They literally played like phenomenally all weekend. They looked like
Yeah,
just a well-oiled machine on every cylinder. And I mean, what that's number 4 for Royal 2 and Frosty, and that's number 1 for Last Shot and Cycle,
yeah,
correct?
correct. Um,
And just to shout it out, it could be number 1 of 2 for the year for Last Shot, because if you there's still time, folks. If you haven't voted, or if you have been
yeah,
voting and forgotten to go back and vote again, because you can do it every day until the final day, vote Last Shot as wait, yep, it's in camera.
yeah,
Vote Last Shot for the Esports Award Best Controller Player of the Year. That picture looks terrible because it's literally like showing my screen, but you get the gist.
yeah. Last shot killed it all year long. It was a hard pick for MVP, I imagine, for HCS, but Cycle did have a lot of the assist medals when it comes to overall as a player. I think it could have been close for Last Shot getting MVP of the year. For it, and I think you should definitely go vote for him for Controller Player of the Year because that man, he's on a whole nother level. And I don't think it's his last World Champs. I'm gonna lay it out there. I do not think it's his last Worlds. Um, HCS at the very end of the stream had a screen grab up and it said we will be back. Um, we did not have that in H5,
Oh,
we have it now. They're saying we will be back, and I think it's a 2027 is it when we're gonna have it. Um, I think
yeah. At the end of H5, they just showed a big old picture of a McDonald's application.
that's horrible. But Last Shot has done unbelievable
Uh,
things. Wyatt, keep up the great work. We are gonna keep talking about you as much as we can with as much success as you can get, and hopefully that we just bring eyes to Shopify because what a roster! And even in our last podcast, we talked about it. That World Two Frosty duo
mhm.
literally has solidified themselves as the best duo in Halo. The fact that all 4 rings were won together, it quite literally just solidifies them as the best duo. In this roster itself, if they stay, even if you mix up any roster or any AM player bring up into the league, this roster right now, if they stick together through this year and they go into HCS again, it is a dynasty roster. And
Yeah,
there's
I
like,
don't think there's anybody beating them. I'm just gonna be honest with you, especially with Optic like half or the entirety of Optic
yeah,
disappearing. I don't think there's
like,
anyone competing.
and I don't think there's any way you can mix up. The only way is like if they fumble, but it is a dynasty roster. Like we're looking at it, and the positivity that's come out of it, you have Moist and Ludwig kind of running the things as content creators. Owning an esports org is huge. Um, Huge following on Shopify, so very exciting. And Moist, thank you for streaming Halo Worlds. Thank you for giving Last Shot a chance in esports. Because who knows where he would have been and who knows how it would have gone. But you made a dynasty roster.
Indeed, indeed. Um, well, look, I'm just gonna go ahead and transition us. Okay,
Okay,
it's time.
you can do it.
It's time. Okay, as you just heard, HCS is over for the time being. Now, I guess we should just mention very, very quickly. I don't think there's much to talk about because we don't have a real idea of what's going on. There are some partners coming in for next year that are going to be hosting events and keeping things going. So we are still getting competitive Halo and potentially events, especially since we've already heard that there's going to be 2 DreamHack events, with one of them being in EU. And then, of course, the Seattle Invitational at the end of next year. So in between, January to next December, there's supposed to be events in between, and we've seen some of the teams that are already in, like we mentioned earlier, FaZe, Shopify, and Space Station, but also some outside partners like LVT, the Euro Halo League. So there's things still going on, but the big announcement The thing that was supposed to be this huge announcement going in to 2026, the thing that we were all waiting for, we all thought the same thing. We were getting something new, and we all thought wrong. I'm gonna transition us right now. I want to hear I want to hear your thoughts before I give mine because I'm pretty sure most people know mine from the way that I just said that. The announcement, of course, was Halo Campaign Evolved, a remake of the original Halo Combat Evolved campaign. Okay, let's get that out of the way. As of right now, at this moment of recording, there has been no announcement of any sort of multiplayer. It is a campaign only experience. Now, there is one major factor. This is the first time a Halo is being released simultaneously on Xbox, PC, and, yes, for the first time ever, PlayStation.
Yes.
The console wars are over. Binky, I want to get your thoughts on the entire announcement as a whole, from it being, a campaign only, for it being on, a new console, for just in general. What did you think, Friday when they just started that up? Well, when everybody else announced it first because the game went too long and they botched the announcement.
Right. They couldn't wait. They literally couldn't wait.
Yeah.
Like, obviously that part, like, initially was a little jagged, right? For myself. I was like, okay, our huge thing is what we said it was gonna be, right? Everybody was like, oh, it's just a video of them showing off the engine last year. When in fact it was not just a video, it's literally what we said we were gonna get. We were gonna get Halo CE on the new game. I was at the beginning, I was a little upset that I have to wait a year, or not really a year, whenever they announce. We haven't got a release date. I have to,
2026. So,
yeah, we sometime next year.
yeah.
We are gonna get Halo campaign evolved. I'm old, and it's not okay. So, am I excited for the
Yes,
game?
sir.
Yes, but I was a little jagged because what have you been doing for a year? I get it. You have to recreate everything in Unreal. I understand that. Are you guys actually working 8 hours a day? I don't believe you. Um, But here's what I want to say. How my
Hire Banksy Boy. He'll work 8 hours a day
I will. I'll work 12 for you. Um, I'll do it. HCS, hit me up.
for
Or
free. He
Halo
said for free.
Studios. 18 an hour at least. Um, I will be the cheapest employee and work so much for you. Okay? Just saying. Halo Studios, the tagman.
Okay.
But one thing I will say, and this is me being optimistic, this is me being more along the lines of the opportunities that are now going to be open for Halo as an esport, as a brand, as Halo Studios as a company, is Halo CE, Halo Campaign Evolved. I gotta say Campaign Evolved. I can't just say CE. Halo Campaign Evolved has announced that it is a remaster or remaking of the game completely. They're also adding in 4 aspects that were removed. There's going to be the needle rifle. There's going to be more than likely the DMR. There's going to be things from Halo Reach. There's going to be things from other games. The BR is being added to Halo CE, which is not in it, by the way. Like,
Wow. I actually did not know that.
um, there are weapons being added to the game. BR, needle rifle, more than likely the DMR. Because if anybody's played Halo, Halo CE was assault rifles and pistol starts. Halo 2 was BR. Halo 3 was BR. Halo 4, assault rifle, or Halo 4 was class setup, but you had the pro one, which was pistols and whatnot. Then you have Halo 5, which was Magnum and AR starts. Then you have Halo Infinite, which was BR and is now Bandit. But if that is telling me something, we're bringing every gun in Halo history into one game. What we're doing. Now, will we have these special guns that now we have in Halo Infinite? I don't think so. I don't think we're going to get the carbine we have. I think we're just going to have the regular carbine. The fuel rod rocket launcher. No, we're just going to have the fuel rod. Like these weird guns that we have. It's something that we're not going to have, We're not going to have it in the game, but we'll have like the Bandit or the DMR. They're essentially the same thing. No one can tell me otherwise. They just have a different scope. Okay. We're going to have the Magnum. We're going to have the AR. We're going to have the PR. That tells me that this port to Unreal is going to be the greatest thing, because now you're going to, and maybe that means a multiplayer release will happen because you have every asset saved, and it's easier to copy and paste in Unreal Engine than it is in, I can't remember what their engine is called. So
You're not hitting me with your feelings.
I am more excited now because of the fact that they made emphasis that every weapon is or more weapons are being added. They made emphasis that they can repurpose things now. Outside of the Reach engine. So if anybody doesn't know, I'll announce this. They're hiring people for the Reach engine. Halo Studios is hiring people to work on the Reach engine in Europe. Okay, it's only a Europe company, not North American. So the thing is what are we doing on the Reach engine? Why do you need that? Unless you're doing a Reach remake. Because a lot of people were irritated that we're getting all this remake, but chronologically Reach is first.
Did you just say chronological?
Chronologically, Reach is first. I had a stroke, okay? There's just a lot of things. But you added in sprinting to MC or Master Chief. CE. You added in sprinting to CE. You're adding all these weapons. If they don't give us a multiplayer, it's because in 2026 Infinite is going to get ported to Unreal Engine, because that invitational is a Halo Infinite invitational.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah, they said it.
Okay. So you've given me a lot of information, right? You're telling me a lot of the stuff that was announced. I need to hear your thoughts.
I said I feel good. I feel good now.
Okay.
Because all the stuff being announced makes me feel like there are multiple things being moved. I still don't think they're working fast enough. That I'm irritated about. I don't think they're working fast enough. But all the things being announced make me feel good for 2026.
Would you like to hear my thoughts?
I've heard your thoughts, so go ahead, tell the crowd.
All right. I believe that this was rather tone deaf.
Okay, agree. Yeah.
As a reach out to the community, right? Like between developer and community, I feel like this was tone deaf. Now, like between the ideas of what they're coming from, I of course I have my inputs on things like originally, but now that I've had time to think about it, you're trying to bridge the gap of the console war. You're trying to start anew with PlayStation players finally being able to access this game on their consoles. I do think that it's best to start with where everyone started, right? So you're giving everyone the opportunity to start at that original position. Now, everyone also started with the multiplayer, okay? So what I'm trying to get at is I feel like coming out to an event that is specifically held to celebrate and I celebrate like the greatest players in the multiplayer and bring in a bunch of fans and community members who enjoy the multiplayer.
Yeah.
And then you bring the devs on to a multiplayer event stage to speak on a new project. It's kind of implied that you're going to talk about multiplayer, you know?
Right.
Like, I'm not saying you can't tell us there's going to be a campaign. Of course, there's people who want to hear about the campaign. Everybody likes Halo campaigns. But it just seems kind of tone deaf to have come up to an event like HCS Worlds. It's not like it was just some event either. It's literally the final event of the year of HCS Halo Infinite.
Right.
And you come to tell us about a game that only has a campaign. Now, of course, it does have co-op. You'll be able to play with your friends up to 4 people, split screen or online. That's cool, right? But I just feel like it was kind of like a slap in the face to the community who all came here hoping to see some sort of here's what's next. Even if it was like, hey, here's a campaign for now, but the multiplayer's coming. Like, give us time, multiplayer's coming. Like, I think people would have taken that better
Right.
than how some are taking it now. You know what I mean? Like, even if they didn't give us a date, even if they were like, hey, here's campaign evolved, you're getting that 2026 multiplayer. We have nothing to show you, but we are letting you know that like, of course we know multiplayer is coming, but at least a statement of like, hey, we are still working on something. We're not
Right.
just sitting on our hands waiting for you guys to buy our new game to start working on a multiplayer. Like, because that's what it feels like. It feels like they're not even doing anything.
That's true.
Um,
I can see that because
yeah.
like that means when HCS is revived or expected to be revived, we're gonna just play Infinite again. So nothing changed. I get what you're saying. Like,
Yeah. Well, and also to the extent of like, I feel like this title needed to be something that revitalized the community. Like, you're bridging the gap into PlayStation, a whole new market that has never
right,
had Halo, and you're not even giving them an online multiplayer experience where they're going to be able to connect to the community like we have, right? Like, Halo has such a deep rooted community because of multiplayer, right? If you go online and search up Halo Infinite, or Halo in general, just search up Halo, uh, you know, montage. Okay, nobody's making Halo montages of the campaign. Okay, they're not. It's H3 with some old rock music, and you're hitting headshots. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like this was their opportunity. Even if it was just saying, okay, we're not we don't have anything new multiplayer wise,
right,
but Halo Infinite is being ported to PlayStation. You know, like something to give these PlayStation players a way to find a deeper connection, because all campaign evolved is going to give them is, how long does it take? I can search right now. How long does it take to beat um how long does it take to beat the original? Because I know this is, has the three
like
extra
nine
stories and
hours.
all that, but like, is it okay? So like 9 hours. Like, I I
Or
just don't
if
get.
you speed run, technically like two.
Yeah, okay, so Halo Combat Evolved, I didn't know there was a knockoff version called Halo Combat Devolved. That's pretty good. Halo Combat Evolved, main story 10 hours, main plus extra 11 and a half, completionist 15 hours, right?
Right,
Um, and even anniversary 10, 12, 23 hours for completionist. I guess they added some stuff. So it's like, if you just played all the way through in one sitting, you could. I mean, I know people who could probably sit in one sitting and beat this campaign, and most people are going to then delete it off their hard drive because Call of Duty takes up way too much space, and they're gonna hop back on their favorite multiplayer game with their friends, you know, and it's
right.
like, without that multiplayer experience there to keep drawing people in, I just don't see how this is going to help the longevity of Halo, especially when we're not really getting HCS in quotation marks events this season.
Right. I agree with that. That I agree with. Um, that's why it was like this lull is going to be hard. It'll be hard,
Yeah,
and I hope that they kind of wake up and realize that it's not Halo's a community game. If anybody out there listening, we
it is.
obviously try our best to give you the competitive side, the college side. Halo itself is a community game. I can get into a community game mode in 30 seconds.
Yeah, true.
If
Faster than
not,
I can get in a rank mode sometimes.
yeah, if not less, I can get into community mode very quickly. In a rank game, it takes me around 3 minutes.
Tell me and tell me what other game out there has a collection of all their other games that you can go into and still find, like, decent multiplayer matches that isn't just like slam with cheaters.
Right.
Decent multiplayer matches, and there's a community who still backs up those games and wants those games to do well and be successful, even though they've been out for 20 plus years.
Yeah, I've been playing MCC recently, and I find a game in 30 seconds flat. Now, obviously, I'm searching across all games. But I find a game in 30 seconds flat, and I I don't even actually have to try. I can just stay in the queue, and it keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going. I have fun. Being in an old Halo game, I I don't feel like I'm washed or anything, and I feel like there's always somebody there to remove the skill-based matchmaking or give me skill-based matchmaking. Versus an Infinite, I'm sitting for like 3 to 5 minutes waiting um to play with the bandit. I want to play with the bandit. There's no mode in the community modes to play with the bandit, but in MCC I can choose precision slayer or precision modes to where I play with the BR instead of the assault rifle, or if it's MCC I play with the pistol. I mean, if it's CE, I play with the pistol instead of the assault rifle. It gives me this, like, I have more, I would say, range in MCC to have what I want on a casual but like competitive level, versus Infinite I don't have that range, and it takes me forever to find a game.
Um, yeah, no, I mean, I don't know, and even on the MCC side of things, I do want to say like a port of H5 would have been banging,
Oh dude, I wanted
like,
that so bad.
and crazier thing, today is the 10-year anniversary of H5. If anyone didn't know, the day that we were recording this, which is Monday, October 27th, I
Yep.
believe. Yeah, it is.
and and we didn't get it, but I can
We did
down.
not.
It's 100%. It's because you can download H5 on the Xbox app. It has a PC port,
Wait, what?
doesn't it? Or is it just the cloud
I'm pretty sure
play?
you cannot. I'm pretty sure you cannot.
I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
I'm almost guaranteeing. I'm pretty sure you can only play it on Xbox. Like actually, playing it, as a download.
He's right.
So I mean, it just it I don't know. It almost kind of like hurt my feelings, but like it hurt, to sit here and think. And I know, that's on me for getting my expectations of Halo Studios up. That's my bad. I'll remember not to do that in the future. But it just kind of felt like all the all the attention was on this idea that, oh my gosh, they're making an announcement at World. It's going to be something huge. And in my mind, I was thinking huge multiplayer, and there wasn't. So that's my take on it. I don't know if you want to add anything until before we go to the next kind of topic here, but I mean
Uh,
that's
no, that's pretty much it. Halo Fest was announced for all you
oh
old timers. Not Ben, because he has no idea. I'm over here hype. I'm like, Ben, we're gonna go to Halo Fest, right? He's like, why would I go to Seattle? Halo Fest is back. For all you old timers that know what Halo Fest is, they're bringing back the Halo concert. They're bringing back just an overall convention all about Halo.
just for
Um,
you, Unc.
yeah, right. So Ben, just to give you some knowledge, there's a
Mm-hmm.
live concert beforehand with all Halo music. Okay, Halo. Yeah,
Uh,
that's one of them.
yeah.
Um,
All right.
you have original artists coming to it, right? That made these songs, so that's huge. You get to meet them, as well as the actual convention is panels to meet Master Chief, to meet the voice of Cortana, like to meet these people. I mean, you could have met them at Worlds; they were there, but it's literally all made for them. They sell Halo merch. Everything that you would have in the Xbox shop will be there. They usually what Halo Fest kind of lets you do is they have side events, just like any other competitive event, but it's a convention, right? Like TwitchCon, it's like Gamescom, like it's all that, but it's all Halo. You get all buy all the books, etc. And then they're ending it with the Halo or HCS Invitational, which tells you that HCS is starting back in 2027. Because if we have an HCS Invitational at the end of 2026, and
Yep.
you're
That's
not gonna,
generally how that works.
yeah, if you're not gonna start it in 2027, you've lost me. And I'm gonna have to find a new job.
But then again, we've had expectations from Halo before, and look where that got us. So
True.
let's
But we'll go into the last topic, and that's talking about us. It's our future. Not much to talk about. It'll probably be me, and then Ben will be like, yeah. But we are here to support College Halo, Halo esports as a whole, and the Halo community. Obviously, with Halo changing its direction now, HCS
say
is
how you want to say it. Dying.
not dying. HCS is taking its direction. It's out. So we have no more HCS events to talk about. So we don't know necessarily what that means for College Halo. Yes, we will still support. We will still be here. We will still do what we had to do. It is mine and Ben's last season competing in College Halo. So take it like that. But we are the official College Halo podcast, which means we are here for College Halo and the community. Even if that changes our trajectory going into this 2026, we will talk about the events that we have. We will try to go to events if they're close or anywhere or have any pertinent like fun times for us to go. We will try our best to go there, and a lot of our content is going to swing, I think, moving into next year, where it's going to be more of us talking about Halo, and we are college Halo, supporting the Halo community is more of the direction that we're going to have to take. And it's not necessarily just because anything bad's going on. We just have a lull of Halo. So we don't know what that means for College Halo. Hopefully there is another season. I do know in the back end, Connor and Dylan are going to strive to make it happen. And I hope they do, because I want to still cover College Halo. But we take it where the wind takes it. You know what I mean? We can't pick and choose just because things happen. But we still will be the Quigley podcast. We still will be us, and we will still get you a podcast, even if it's about us being stupid. We're also going to be doing more content officially, since we'll have less HCS. We might have less, in our College Halo off season. So there'll be more content. It will be Halo related or Xbox related or me and Ben related, mind you. Like, Quigley's us. It's not just we can be Quigley without Halo. Halo can be Halo without Halo, I feel like. But we'll still be us. Quigley is us. And we will bring you content the best we can, and hopefully just keep growing. That's really our future. It's taking it where the wind takes us and trying to keep the Halo community together is our goal.
Yeah, I think which is, just the idea that we're taking it day by day, because we really don't know what the future of events, the future of collegiate esports, the future of Halo, anything looks like right now. And so we're going to continue pushing out the best that we can podcasts, and then if something happens, there's a lull and maybe podcasts aren't as popping, we're going to keep pushing, right? We're going to push out a podcast a week every chance that we get. And that's where Binky's saying that, content, if there's ever a lull or a spot where we're, maybe missing opportunities to do things, content will be there to kind of keep things flowing, so that there's still things for you guys to watch and participate in and be here for. And then, like Binky said, it's going to be we're still going to focus on you guys, the community that we've built here, the community that we're trying to focus around, the community that we're so intertwined with is still going to be something that we're going to keep at the center of our attention through any content, through any podcast, through whatever, comes next.
Alrighty then. For everybody out there, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, we're officially affiliated. You can go follow and subscribe on our Twitch. You can subscribe on our YouTube, where these go up live every Saturday. Video recording, and the audio is live every Friday on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Our streams have been amazing. I love the community we have, and we're going to keep it going. Hopefully the goal is to get more graphics for everybody, so we can make it all us, and make it more fun and exciting. Streams are going to start coming more or less along the content side, like we said, since now we just don't have as many events going on. On top of that, our Twitter, go follow us on Twitter. Ben posts a lot. I try to retweet that. We post as much as we can. Now we're going to just a lot more community content is going to be posted on the Twitter. It's all going to follow essentially the trajectory that Halo's taking us. And who knows, maybe some more podcast companies are going to come out of the woodworks. We do also work alongside one of our favorite college Halo players, Nazcast, he started his own podcast, which is under SuperPods, called The Sounds of the Arena. Him and Ghostify, they talk about esports, they talk about Halo, whatever's going on. Naz runs it himself. He'll bring on some team members and such. He just did a podcast, went live with him, Connor, and Odin, or Dylan, talking about college Halo. So you can go see that. And then I'm not missing anything, am I?
I don't think so. I think you've pretty much covered. You covered more than I thought you were going to cover. So I think you're good.
Look at me go. But yeah, we'll keep it trucking. But I'll let Ben send us off.
Once again, folks, we appreciate the support as always. Like I said, this community is not going anywhere, so neither are we. I feel kind of weird. Wait, hold up. Before I close this is not like a Halo's over, we're dying or anything. Okay, like I know I trolled earlier. Like this seems like we're being really dramatic. Okay, everything's good. The podcast will go on. The content will start ramping up a little bit. College Halo is still popping. Nothing's. I don't want to be making people like messaging College Halo and be like, "Yo, is this it? Like, are we chalked?"
Yeah.
Okay, everything's fine. This is not like a warning or anything. We're not shooting the flare up in the sky. Everything's fine. But we do we do appreciate the support as always. Like Banksy said, our Twitch is doing very well right now, so we would 100% appreciate a follow, a sub, anything you got. You got a Prime, throw that thing in there. At 100 subs, you guys will get the Binfish calendar. I will go on a fishing trip, and I will not leave that boat until I have caught 12 fish, one for each month. Also, at 200 subs, Banksy and Ben will have a hot tub stream in Binky's backyard, and we will not get out of the hot tub or in the stream until we have beaten the new combat, the new campaign.
You heard it here first.
Hey, you guys get us to 200 subs, I'll do it, bro. You watch me. But yeah, so we appreciate the support as always, and that's gonna do it for this week, man. We had a lot to cover, but that was a good episode.
Yeah. All right. See you later, guys.